What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, and today we are going to talk about two finely made, high-end, precision cutting tools. No, we're not. We're going to talk about two of the possibly cheapest knives I've ever bought in my life, and they absolutely might be the cheapest knives that I've ever bought in my life. We are going to trot out a couple of examples of the fine cutlery, craftsmanship, and performance levels that you can find at Walmart across the world. Walmart, if your Walmart is someplace you can own knives, then you will possibly have access to these fine specimens of the cutlery craft world. We're talking about $12, and you're like, Baz on Blades, there is no way I would pay $12 for that Walmart knife. And that's not what I'm getting at. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I mean, and you're misunderstanding me. Let me clarify. It's $12 for both knives together. So what we've got is some cosmetically similar knives here. That's what stuck out to me when I walked past the display, and I thought, what the fuck, I don't care. And here we are. We're going to talk about these two Walmart knives, and we're not going to go into great detail about, actually, let's do this first. We're going to give you the view of the barcode, and the last four is what you'll be looking for on the barcode on these, because that's how you find things at Walmart. There you go for the folder. Let's set that aside. I've pre-cut this packaging, but I have not removed the product. We're going to pull it out right now. Let me get some, I don't want to offend anybody with my white on black crime there of that stuff on the background. Heaven forbid. In 2024, let's get the tip protector off of this fixed blade. We're not going to go into a lot of detail as far as the size of these. They are both 7-inch knives with approximately 3-inch blades. You can, if that's something that's super duper important, I mean, you can worry about that. But I'm going to go by the packaging on this, because you're only going to get $12 worth of entertainment in this video. That's all you're getting. $12 of Baz on Blades to equal the $12 for these two knives. Let's pull the tip protector off of this, and we'll bring it out. See, both of them, aspect ratio aside, they are exactly the same size. 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle, 7 inches overall. Let's take a look at this drop point. Fixed blade here. It is in some sort of stainless steel. That's what the packaging says. It says specifically, let's look very close, that it is actually stainless steel. Okay, stainless steels, that's what they're saying. These are Chinese-made knives. They're very cheap, so I'm going to say they are in a very low-end sort of steel. It's going to be like a, AUS 5 level sort of J2-ish type of level. I don't know if these things will hold an edge, and I don't care. I just bought them to review, and then I'm going to throw them in like the tackle box or the tool box or something like that, because I have found these knives to be generally decent designs. In the hand, this feels great. It feels absolutely great as far as the design of the handle. The design of this stainless steel blade is a drop point with a high tip. You've got a moderately mid-range sort of hollow grind on this. The edge is sharp enough to cut you, be very painful. It's pretty coarse. It's not that even. Yeah, it's sharp enough to cut. You could probably strop it straight out of the packaging and get a pretty decent edge to it. It's not particularly even side to side, so that tells me that that hollow grind is probably off just a little bit side to side. And it is not the cleanest hollow grind. Look at the reflection of the light as it goes across that blade, and you're going to see all kinds of sort of surface changes. That's okay, you know, for $6 for a knife. We've got, I'm assuming, pinned through stainless bolsters here, and then they're ground off and left in the as ground satin finish, so you don't see the pins. You don't see any rings around the pins, so those pins, the heads, were probably peened to fill that gap before they were ground down. That's a pretty decent work right there. Oh, wait a second. I spoke too soon. Look on the back. Right here, I would say that's either an inclusion from the grinding process, or it's part of that area around that pin, the fitting of the pin. I'm sure you can see it better in the video than I can right now to the naked eye, and this is the first time I'm looking at it. Polypropylene handle scales that sound like that looks like that indentation is molded in, not ground in, so I'm not going to say these are solid material. I'd say it's probably a skeletonized material underneath. There's a boss at each of these pin locations, and it's pinned through with some stainless, I assume, or nickel pin material, whichever is cheaper. So we're not looking at, 35 cents worth of material in this $6 knife, but that's okay because it's a $6 knife. This is all for shits and giggles, guys, but I'm going to tell you right now, it feels decent in the hand. If it had some jimping up here, I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah. Who knows what this steel's going to do? I'm sure it'll hold an edge long enough to cut down some cardboard if you need it to, or in an emergency situation, or you got it in the toolbox and you need to cut some vacuum hose to length, or whatever, I'm sure it'll, it may have got dull while I was talking about. I think it might be a little duller now that I've talked about pretty hard. I should use softer words is what I should use. So this fixed blade with the 3-inch blade and the 4-inch handle is actually, all fun and hilarity aside, is actually pretty decently made. Let's look at, you can see the joiner lines. So it's not super concealed ground sort of look at these bolsters, but everything is dressed off, and there's no, that's a nail catch right there. But it's not too awful bad. It's not too awful bad, and the edge is not so crisp on that it's worrisome. It wouldn't be a hot spot or anything. Let's see. I do want to check what the stock thickness is on this, just for curiosity. What are we looking at here? 109 thousandths on the stock thickness. That's what is that in the old metricality? 2.76, let's say. That's not too bad, and I've got my scale here. Let's see how heavy this turkey is. We'll check it out in grams first. 105 in grams, and 3.7 ounces by itself. Let's throw the sheath back in, going up to 5.04 ounces and 143 grams. Let's pull that sheath out and take a look at it. It is a nylon sheath. There's no padding or anything. It's just nylon material. It's got some trim serged around it. We do have a hard plastic insert with some decorative molding on it. So we got a little snap closure here. And let's see how this puppy fits right here. Let's see how it fits. And it fits like honestly, that's universal fit right there. That's workable universal fit right there. I wouldn't think that it's designed to be universal fit. It's obviously designed for this right-hand carry. But I think it's not meant for it. It doesn't cover up. Okay, let's say no. It's not going to work for universal fit. So I was thinking maybe there it would. But it's got a sort of a squeeze it in where it's making contact. It's not a molded interior. It's not molded to fit the grind of the blade. You do have friction. As soon as you get past the distill temper, you get to the flat of the grind here. You do have friction the whole way. And let's make sure that the snaps work here. It fits. And yeah, okay. I would say that's safe. That's safe. It's not badly made. You know, look at the stitching and whatnot. I mean, we're talking about $6. $6 for this 7-inch fixed blade with a 3-inch blade made of some sort of stainless steel, which is that is in printing. That is in print on this, that it's stainless steel. So I assure you right now that it may or may not be. I don't know. We're talking about a $6 knife, guys. It could be made out of stainless steel Pakistani bumper steel for all I know, just made in China. And who knows, Chinese will be like, nah, we need something cheaper than Chinese steel. Let's get this from Pakistan. I don't know, guys. So there you go. I think overall it's a good design. Who knows how the blade will perform. Behind the edge is, oh my God, like this matters. Let's see what we got here. Let's 0. Give me that 0. And we are looking at, I'll tell you when it falls off of the grind there. Okay, about 18 thousandths behind the edge up here in the flat section. I'd say maybe 20 thousandths up here. I'm not going to worry about checking it any more than that, guys. And I'm very much having problems speaking today. I don't know what's up with that because I spent the last hour on the telephone with different people. Oh my goodness, guys. If you thought that fixed blade knife was impressive, wait until you see this folder. I want to show you. I did not realize it was a flipper. I did not realize it was a flipper. Let's look at this because the action is sublime. Okay. So, oh wow. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, if I preload up on that flipper tab, and I'm just coming off of that detent doing a with the right mechanical motion where you really, sort of preload and you're very purposeful with it, you can get it to open, but it feels entirely dry and it is on bushings. I don't know if you guys can see. I see white, so that's going to tell me it's a plastic bushing there. Is it white on the other side? Yeah, I'm going to say that's just a white plastic bushing. So what we got here is another stainless steel 7-inch knife. This one a flipper folder with possibly the greatest action I've never felt. 3-inch blade, a 4-inch handle, very much the same absolute materials probably as that fixed blade. Mystery stainless steel, 100% guaranteed. Right here, 100% guaranteed to maybe, possibly, actually be some type of stainless steel sourced from a mysterious location that only the government would have access to that information, I'm sure. And polypropylene on our handle scales, they are hollow. That sounds hollow to me. I didn't take them off. I just now opened it. They are put on with T6 torque screws, T8 on the pivot. T6 for everything else. And of course, the fixed blade, the scale was pinned on, so you don't have to worry about hardware. This looks like a two-sided pivot, and honestly, damn it. Let me get my tools. Why in the hell am I going in this deep on a $12 review of $12 knives? I don't know. It's because I love all of you so much, and since I can't possibly make love to all of you, I have to give you my love here. So let's see how this affects centering. I can't tell if it's the other side of the screw is turning because it's so smooth. Yeah, it's turning. So as I move this around, it's affecting the centering, but it's not tightening or loosening. I wasn't tightening or loosening. I was just turning both sides of it together, and it was affecting the centering. So what that tells me is a couple of different things. The pivot through hole is not straight. It's not perpendicular. It's not in line across both sections of the handle. The bushings, the plastic bushings, either have very large burrs on them where they were probably die cut, or they are not the same thickness across their diameter. The tang of the blade could be imprecisely ground. A lot of things would cause that. Now, I have to get on it with two sets of tools to tighten or loosen the pivot, and I'm not going to worry about that right now because we can sometimes open this extremely high-end knife that was bought from Walmart for little to no American dollars. Let's see what the blade stock thickness is. It's the same, give or take, for the grind. So yeah, that's actually not surprising to me. And let's check the weight of it. And because this is all so much fun, we'll check grams first. 96 grams compared to what was it, 110? Oh shit, even closer. Okay. In ounces, we are going to go 3.39. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's all steel, you know. It's not titanium and carbon fiber and bullshit like that. This is man stuff here. That other stuff is for girls that pretend they're men, that pretend they like knives. So, I don't know what that makes me because I own that other stuff too. So let's not think about that. Don't think about that too much. Let's just forget about that. We'll edit it out. I'll have the team edit that out in post-production. It is a flipper folder, 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. It does have a pocket clip. It is tip down carry, which is straight from Satan, and that is a fact. It is 2 inline mounting, which I absolutely hate. So that means that this much of this knife is going to stick up out of your pocket. That is absolutely. Let's see how much of this damn knife is sticking up out of my hands. Let us see. That is approximately 1.25 inches of this knife will be sticking up out of your pocket, and that is 3.5 centimeters. Well, that's concealed. That is totally concealed. That is a quarter of the knife is sticking up out of your pocket with that pocket clip. So what I would do, because I so much want to carry this knife, it's such a fine example of the knife making skill set in manufacturing, showcasing exactly what you can get for $6. I would probably just take that pocket clip off and just carry it down in my pocket if I was going to carry this knife, which I am not. I think what I'm going to do, I was initially going to do a giveaway with these knives, but considering it would cost more to ship them than they cost themselves, I'm just going to pick out a local person that I don't like that much, and I'm going to give them these knives and pretend like they're really nice. And that will show them for whatever they ever dared to do with me that made me not like them. There you go. Take that. $12. So, Baz on Blades, why are you buying these $12 knives? Is just to do content for real cheap? That's basically what it is, because you know I pay for everything here, and I can't be buying all that high-end Civivi and Best Tech and Kubi and petrified fish stuff. That's big dollar stuff right there. That's rich man stuff. And I know I typically cater to that highfalutin crowd, but sometimes you got to come down. You got to come down. I find myself thinking very highly of myself, and I think to myself, Baz on Blades, I know we're great. I know we're great, Baz on Blades, but sometimes we've got to step back and we've got to do something for the little people. And that's what we're doing right now. So for all you little people, these are the knives for you. They are super duper fantastic. You will not find anything better for the price unless you buy two other $6 knives at Walmart. And they may or may not be better. I don't know. These are just the two that I bought. And this is absolutely a stupid, ridiculous sort of video, and it is all tongue-in-cheek. And if I've offended anybody, that's awesome. I totally meant to. Whichever one of you that I offended with something I said or didn't say, or you're offended by these knives. You know what? I'm kind of offended by these knives myself. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this folder apart and I'm going to tune this folder up, and then I'm going to do another damn video on it. And that video is going to be the best video I've ever done. Even better than this video. You are right now. For those of you that are still here at 21 minutes and 50 seconds, you are watching the best video I've ever done. Take that how you will. Form whatever opinion that you want. All I'm going to say is, don't be jealous because I'm the prettiest of the knife channels. Don't be jealous. Okay, there's your time to be jealous. Yeah, these knives they're pretty crappy. What are we going to do with them? I'm going to tune this one up, and I'm going to I'm going to throw this one in the toolbox. And I'm going to do exactly what I said. I'm going to cut vacuum hose and whatever, anything else around working on the car. And we'll see how it holds an edge. This one, I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to try to tune it up where it's actually got good action, which will probably never happen because I am a knifeologist. I am a certified knifeologist. I did go to knifeology school. And I do have that certification on hand if anybody needs to see that before you listen to anything that I say. It's guaranteed. That's 100% money back guarantee. 100% money back guarantee that I am a certified knifeologist. We'll see what the certified knifeologist can do with this, and then we'll do another video where I will probably make fun of myself for not being able to do anything with these knives. So there you go. That's what $12 will get you in Walmart in 2024. And honestly, including the sheath for the fixed blade, I think it's $12 worth. I do think it's $12 worth, but it's not $12.01 worth. Take that how you will. I mean, if you need something, just throw in the tackle box, in the toolbox. Maybe you have a young child you want to get a small fixed blade for their first knife, their very first knife. I remember my very first knife. I'm almost 54 years old. I still remember my very first knife, and I remember what it meant to me that my dad gave me that knife. Okay? I remember that as a young boy. even at 54 years old. It would make, you know what, you don't want to spend a lot of money because they're going to drop it and lose it. They're going to break it. You don't want it to be big. You don't want your kid carrying around a 9-inch combat knife that was purposefully made to kill people in the heat of battle, because the first thing your kid's going to do is cut themselves. They're going to drop it and try to catch it. They're going to fall with it in their hands. You want it to be small and you want it to be cheap because they're also going to destroy it or lose it. So here you go. As far as the folder, I wouldn't bother, guys, even at $6, unless you absolutely just want something super cheap to throw in the tackle box or the toolbox. As always, thank you very much for watching one of my extremely long and rambling on videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.